What is up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one, and right now I'm on my way to something very big for me. I'm on my way to a huge moment in my life right now, and to be exact, I'm actually on my way to my first date in many years. As many of you know, I set a bunch of goals up for this year. I set a lot of, things that I want to do this year. And one of the things I set out for myself this year was that I was going to attempt to get back into the dating scene. I was going to attempt to get myself out there and meet somebody new. And when I decided that, I kind of asked God, like, hey, help me out here. I'm going to try. And I ask that you help me. Like, you put me in the right direction of someone I should be seeking, and chasing, right? And not long after, your boy was in bed one day or just chilling in the room, and I was on that Facebook dating, and I came across a couple of profiles. One in particular was this one girl who was, a lot of her pictures were very conservative. Some of them were gym pictures, but it wasn't like those kind of pictures where girls are like flexing in the mirror and showing everything, like kind of showing their curves and all that. It was just kind of like a selfie, her smiling. And then I think one of the pictures she also had was a t-shirt with her wearing a Jesus t-shirt, which kind of led me to oh wow, she really is a believer in God. She really does follow Jesus Christ. And she had that she was a Christian and all that, and that she does believe in God, but I didn't know to what extent, so I swiped right on her. Not too long after that, like maybe an hour after I swiped on her, I get the notification from Facebook like, hey, someone just liked you and you're a match. And I was like, okay. I look, and it was her. One of the girls I had swiped on had liked me back. And I was like, huh. And I looked, it was her, the Jesus shirt. So I started the conversation, and I simply said, hey, I like your Jesus shirt. And since then we've been talking. We've exchanged phone numbers. We've done video messages. We've done audio clips. And earlier this week, I finally asked. I was like, hey, we've been talking for almost 2 weeks now. How about we go ahead and meet in person? And if you're down with that. And she's like, are you asking me out? I was like, yes, I am asking you out on a date. You don't have to answer right away because I know you're busy. But if you want to go out, I am more than happy to go out with you if you're willing to go out with me. And she answered me back the next day with the actual answer. And she said, hey, yes, I would like to go out with you. I am able to go out. What day do you have in mind? I told her we can go out Saturday night when I get off of work, or we can go out Sunday at any time that you feel is best for you. And she said, okay, let's go out Saturday night. That seems like the best day for me, and here we are. I picked out a restaurant for us to meet at because she lives an hour away from where I live. And so we both decided hey, let's meet up somewhere halfway. And I found a restaurant that's halfway between both of us. And, she's like, oh, that's a good pick. I haven't had that in a while, and it seems like a good day to do it because I think Saturday's going to be cold. And what I'm talking about is I picked out a pho restaurant. It's called Pho Duck or something like that. And, that's where we're headed to right now. And I'm kind of nervous because I haven't done this in a while. And I don't know how, it's been a while, guys. It's been a long while since I've done this. But hopefully everything goes well, because no lie, like, I'm kind of digging this chick. I'm kind of digging this lady. We have a lot of similar interests. We're around the same age. We both have kids. Granted, hers are a little bit older than mine, but nonetheless, we both have children. She knows that. She knows that. Oh, she knows that I'm a busy guy. I know she's a busy lady, and we're on the same page pretty much on everything that we know about each other so far. So, like I said, though, I'm headed to this restaurant. I'm like 7 minutes away right now, and I'm about to arrive. So once I'm done with this date, I will come back and give you an update of how everything went. But wish your boy luck. But I'll be back in a little while. Guys, we are back from the date. And honestly, everything went really well. In the beginning, I was a little nervous when I got to the restaurant, but I don't know. As soon as I saw her, we shook hands, and then we gave each other a hug, like, "Hey, nice to meet you." Finally, went into the restaurant. Obviously, sat down. Immediately started having a conversation, and like she was just asking me questions about the food and everything, what I would recommend and whatnot. And I gave her my recommendations. I gave her advice of what I think would be good for her diet and everything, because she's a big gym goer. But throughout the entire night, we had a really good conversation. We got to the restaurant, went in and everything at about 6. And I'll tell you this. This is how I knew things were going really well. None of us looked at our watches. No one looked at their phones to see what time it was until like 8:15-ish. 8:15-ish is when we were like, oh, wow, it's been like 2 hours. And, once we got to like 8:15, we were like, okay, well, I was like, we can keep talking, or, it's up to you. And she was like, I would, but I got to get to my kid. He's home alone and he don't have a phone. So I was like, okay, that's understandable. So we pretty much ended things there, and we paid, or I paid. And, the waiter knew something was up, because the waiter was like, hey, must have been a good conversation because y'all were here for a while. I was like, yeah, it was good. He was like, was it a date? I was like, yeah, actually the first date, and this was the first time we met. And he was like, oh, it went really well then. I was like, yeah, it went good. But, throughout the whole time I was talking to her, I just felt really comfortable. I didn't feel like I needed to, be flashy or be someone I'm not. I was able to just be me when when we were talking and everything, because, we've been texting for like 2 weeks and we've been getting to know each other. And then tonight, like, just being around her, I was able to be myself. So everything went really well. And, I'm kind of relieved, because this has been the first date I've been on in quite some time. The last first date I really went on was like when I met my ex-wife and we went on our first date. And of course, since I got divorced, I've been on, out with some ladies and all that, but nothing like this. Like, this time around, I have a different mindset. I have a different perspective of things, because I obviously have God in my life. And, I asked him when I first started looking to date someone, I was like, look, help me find someone that, will help me, on my relationship with God, someone who won't lead me astray, someone who has some of the same views I do. Like, I don't want someone exactly like me. I want someone who will just help me. They can be my complete opposite, but I just want someone that will actually, help me in my relationship with God. And, I told you in the beginning how we kind of met, Jesus hat, Jesus shirt, swiped on each other. Rest is history, right? You know, that doesn't happen by accident. And I'm not saying like she's the one, but obviously she is someone that God has put in my path, and we're just gonna see where things go from here. But first date really went well, and she's been straight up with me this whole time. I've been straight up with her, and you know, like when we left the restaurant, I right away told her like I had a really great time. For sure want to do this again. She said the same thing. And of course, we said the same thing in person. And we gave each other like 2 hugs. No kissing or nothing because, it's too soon for that, right? But I can honestly say, like, this girl, this lady is just like, she's cool. She's really cool to talk to. She's really funny. She knows what she wants in life. She knows where she wants to be with her relationship with God. And, I admire that about her. So there will be a date number 2. And, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I got out my bubble, got out my shell, and decided to go on this date. And I can for sure tell you that when the next date happens, I will give you an update of that. But until then, we'll see what happens, in our conversations and all that. And, take you along this little journey in my life. But right now, I'm about to head to bed and get ready to go to the gym tomorrow. Because tomorrow's Sunday, I'm off and I can go early in the morning, get a workout in, and then prepare to start going to the gym on a steady schedule after that. But I will, keep you updated on everything. So until then, guys, y'all stay safe. God bless and peace.